everybody? My name's TJ. I'm a pastor in Wyoming, and I make videos about the Bible, Bibles, the spiritual life, and then the life of a pastor and what that looks like. So today, I wanted to make this video all year, and I've been really narrowing this portion down all year and working on really minimalizing it. And today, that's pastoral EDC. Let's jump into the video. So, one of the things that you will almost always see me with, and we're going to talk off body. So, it is my backpack or my bag. It varies. It's here, it's in the office, because today we are in my office. Drop a comment if you want an office tour. I'd love to give one. I won't give one today because I got some stuff in here that needs to go, and I do need to clean up a little. But off body, so you have my bag. I'll put a link here if you haven't seen the video. Grant, I'll try to remember that link. He called me out on that the other day. And then, but also, you'll normally see me with some type of energy. Now, it may not always be an energy drink. Sometimes it's coffee. Sometimes it's like whatever. A Beach Please drink, especially, which is a drink place here in Cheyenne. And so you might see me with that, but normally some type of energy. And I know they're so bad for you. I get it. I understand. Trust me. The congregation tells me all the time. My wife tells me all the time. My friends tell me all the time. I get it. I know how bad they are for you. So I try not to even have one once a day if I can avoid it. But if you see me in the office especially, I probably have one of these. Today's a G Fuel. It's the PewDiePie flavoring. It's super good. The reason I went with this today is because the caffeine content is just so high, and I was kind of dragging. So that's the first thing. I have some type of energy on me. Now let's talk about like wrists and neck. So I always have this cross necklace with me. It was just a cheap one that I found at Walmart. I used to wear a cross necklace as a kid and loved it. And it was just always like, I don't know, maybe I'm weird. It's just a reminder of what Christ has done for me. And I've heard the joke like, well, would you wear an electric chair around the neck? Well, yeah, if my Savior died on that from me, yeah, I would. But so I wear it. I like it. I think it's kind of cool, and it's just kind of part of me. So, boom, I wear that. I have, in other videos, you've seen my Apple Watch Series 3, which I do still wear the Series 3. It hasn't changed. It's not going to for a while. Really, with this Apple Watch, I had one a while ago, like years ago, and I had the Apple Watch Series 2, and then I ended up giving that to my wife because I wanted to go back to analog, and so I want to make sure that I'm actually going to use this and utilize this for what it's intended for. I use it for my steps. It does remind me to stand up. I have a standing desk in my office, so when I get that, boom, I can stand up, and I really like this. It also notifies me in meetings, hey, you got a text message, and I feel like just kind of glancing down at your wrist is a whole lot more respectful than like picking up your phone and looking. And then I also use it to monitor my heart rate. I don't know about you. I'm pretty big about my heart rate. I like to know what it is. So like resting today, I'm at 53 beats per minute. Walking, I'm at 98. And so that, as I've really started to work out more, has come down. When I got this back, I was up at resting at like 65. So I'm really happy that's starting to come back down. So my Apple Watch. The other thing on my wrist is this popple. So if you're unfamiliar with what a popple is, so they can come on little tags on your phone, which we'll talk about here in a second. But for Father's Day, my wife got me this popple bracelet, and it's a digital business card. And so if someone asks for my information, boom, I have them put their phone to it. And I mean, there we go. It's simple as that. Boom, my information's right there. And then I can go into the app and dictate what people can see. So I wear that every day just in case that comes up. The next thing that I have is this thin red line band that I got when I went and visited Flatiron Church in Colorado. And it's all about being the man that God has called you to be. And so I've told people from Flatirons that I want to implement that in my church. So eventually we will have a sign that talks about it. We'll have bracelets to hand out that are really challenging men to be loving fathers, involved fathers, and just a man that God has called us to be. So that's it for exterior. Besides, I normally have a hat on. I don't like to do my hair every day. Right now, it's getting a little long. I need a haircut. My beard needs trimmed. And then I always have these glasses on. So these are my glasses. I have to wear a prescription. And I get my glasses from Zenni.com. One, they're really cheap. And so I don't feel bad if like they break. So through training and like hanging out with the teenagers or wrestling around, whatever, being active, playing basketball, whatever, it's a break. It's not a big deal. Now, I did have blue light protection put on these ones, so because I'm in front of the computer screen a lot, so that's pretty cool. But as for or like accessories, that's it. I mean, it's probably more than some people have, but I use each and every item. Next, let's move down to what's in my pockets. So the first thing, we'll start in my right pocket. I always have some type of pocket knife on me, and that could be anything from a Swiss Army knife to this little thing is a Camillus LK6, I think, and it's in D2 steel. And this is a knife that a buddy of mine got, and I love it. That D2 steel is just great, and I use this for cutting open packages, letters, whatever, opening whatever, cutting off strings. That's what I use my knife for. So I always have some type of pocket knife in my pocket just because I learned when I don't carry one, I need one. Now, sometimes when I do carry one, I don't, but normally if I don't, I do need it, and so it's always on me. So if I need to open letters or anything like that, boom, it's there. Then I always have chapstick. Well, I don't always have, but I like to always have chapstick. Right now I have Burt's Bees. It's my favorite. It's my go-to. I find that it keeps my lips not dry longer. So I always keep some chapstick, unless I lose it, because I don't know if you're anything like me, you lose your chapstick. Real quick, back to accessories, I always have my wedding ring on, and this is the original wedding ring that Jaylene put on my finger the day that we said our I do's, and engraved inside says, "I will always love you," and she has stood firm on that more than once. So my wedding ring doesn't come off unless I'm at jiu-jitsu, and then that's because it could rip my skin off, whatever, but it doesn't come off. It stays right there. And also in my right pocket, I carry a microfiber lens cleaning cloth, because I don't know about you, my glasses get jacked up. This is one that came with my Zenni glasses, and so I just throw this in my pocket. Now in my bag, I normally have a microfiber cloth, but I just want to make sure I have one, even if I don't have my backpack around, that I can clean and wipe off my glasses, just to make sure like they don't get scratched or anything like that. So I always have that in my pocket, which comes in handy. And then lastly in that right pocket is my wallet. Now no, it's a little monster sticker. So my our youth director, who's a close friend of mine, got me a monster last night before Bible study, before small group, and when we were kids, we used to take this and put it on everything. So I took it and put it on my wallet. He made fun of me. I think it's funny. So I can't tell you what this is, like the brand. No, it is not a Ridge wallet. I do have one and may go back to it, but I had that Beard Struggle wallet that I talked about in my last video. I'm not even going to post a link to that one. You can scroll through the channel if you're really curious. But it started to really lose hold. It was one of those where like you could flip the lever and then the cards would come out. And that spring mechanism really started to lose. So my wife found this on a Facebook page called The Frugal Find. And it was really inexpensive, so she picked it up. I like it. It's plastic on the outside, and that has kind of caused some problems because the knife will hit it and it's chipped it already. But it has the money clip, which is something that's super, super, super important to me whenever like my Ridge wallet doesn't have that. So I'm actually going to try to see if I can get one of these for my Ridge wallet. All right, so next let's deal with my left pocket. So pretty simple. I'll get to that one after. So I always have keys. So I've had like different key setups, and I just went back to jingly ones because they go in my pocket. But I have my office key, our mailbox key, a key to the gate area at the church, and then an office key for the school, and a door key to get in here, as well as my car key and my car fob. So I don't know if you can't see it, but I drive a Subaru now, so I have those. So pretty simple. And then sometimes I'll have like my wife's car key in there as well. And then sometimes I'll have like, I have this big massive thing of church keys, but most of the time that one stays in my bag. So then the other thing that's in this pocket, in this, what's it called? Aston leather pin sleeve, is this little brass. So it's called a pocket pin. So if you're familiar with the pin world, you know about like the Supras, what are they? Kaweco Supras or the Lilliput. So this is similar to that. It's bigger and fatter and probably a little heavier, but it's a little fountain pen. So it's just a pocket fountain pen. It does leak a little bit, but I've had this for over a year now, and I have carried it every day. If you're curious about the ink that's in there, it's a Monteverde Black, and I really like it. And it just goes in this pen case. That way, if it does spit, it's protected in that leather pen case and doesn't get all over my pants. So I have that. You're like, man, why do you have a pen? Well, sometimes it's nice just to whip out a cool pen and sign something with it. But I also have it because in my back right pocket, I carry a notebook. So this notebook cover was custom made for me by a leather, hold on, I think it's on here. Oh no, it's not on here right now. Oh yeah, L.E star 61. So she's a leather worker in the area and has been to a lot of the craft shows that our church has put on. And I told her that I was looking for a notebook leather cover, and she went home and made this. Kind of used her passport size ones and made them a little bigger. And so it carries my prayer journal and to-do list. It also carries, she put some like wallet sleeves on here. So all I have in there is my library card, because sometimes you may need to go to the library. And there's a pocket up here that I keep a punch card for Beach Please, and then some business cards, tax exemption ID card for Hobby Lobby, and then a punch card for a disc golf shop here. So if someone gives me a business card, it goes right there. And then I have this piece of paper, and it's 2 pieces now. Yeah, it's finally given away. I've had this piece of paper forever. So this is our all call information for the church. So we want to put out a call to everybody who's subscribed to it. This is the piece of paper that we use. And so it's pretty much done, but that stays in there just so I always have that information. But the notebook is a moleskin, just little notebook with lined pages. And so what I do is sometimes I put to-do lists in there. A lot of times it's just prayers. So I put a date and then the time that the service, or the date, and then I pray. Normally I pray in this thing when I'm specifically praying for service, or when I'm writing sermons or studying the word. And then when I edit videos, I try to listen through and catch where I say I'm going to put a link and try to timestamp that. So the other thing that this does is if I'm with somebody and they ask for prayer. Now this hasn't happened lately, because normally we take a time during Wednesday small group and we talk about what we need prayer for, and I write that in my in a note on my iPad, in a specific notebook on my Good Notes, I believe it is. But if I'm out and about and someone needs prayer and I don't want to put it in my phone, I can put it right here and then look. And so what I want to work on doing to organize this a little better is just have a section like prayers for people or something like that. Have it note taken. And then I do use it if I need to jot down a number or like a message at the church, I use it for that too. But a lot of times it is mainly prayers. And then after I'm done with them, I slap a sticker on the front and I put the initial date that this one won't have that initial date, because I had started this one when I thought I lost this notebook. So it'll actually have, instead of 5/8/22, it'll have 9/1/22, because that's when this notebook was actually officially started. And then it goes into a lockbox that I have, and then I can go back and see what prayers were answered. So always keep a notebook on me. Just comes in handy, more so than I thought it would. Honestly, I do put to-do lists in them sometimes. I have some in lockboxes that have to-do lists and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, it is what it is. It's a notebook, and it goes with the pen really well. And then to represent my phone, because I'm recording on it, is this case. So I have a MagSafe case. And I know you're like, you have a MagSafe case, or you have that little black thing. So this little black thing goes to a mount in my car. I know you're like, dude, you have a MagSafe, why not? I haven't pulled the trigger on the money. But then there's little things, a popple as well. So this is the original popple that I started with and then moved to the bracelet so that I can interchange cases. So I have the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I use that for recording videos. I obviously take pictures with it. I mainly just take pictures of my kid. And then text, calls, email. Like my whole life is kind of on my phone. What I'm working on is doing less and less of like the social media stuff on my phone, but that is, as always, a work in progress. But I mean, it's 2022. You have to have a phone, and because I make videos for the church and for myself, iPhone 13 Pro Max. I've had it for I think about a year now, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, that's all I carry. So if you've watched previous videos, you know that I've taken that down a lot. So I mean, I really am down to what I feel is necessary for me to carry, which is a watch, a phone, a knife, a wallet, keys, chapstick, and of course a notebook. Then you can't have a pen or a notebook without a pen, right? So it's really it. It takes less time to put in my pockets. I used to carry so much, but I'm really trying to get down to the necessities, especially having Reagan. Things that I may add is like a handkerchief so that I can wipe her down. I think it's a brand called Mighty Hanks that has handkerchief on one side, microfiber cloth on the other. But we'll see. That's all in the future. Who cares? That's a future TJ problem. Hey, if you like this content, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want updates on what's going on in the videos that I make. If not, you don't have to. You can even hit the dislike button. But drop a comment if you have anything that you think I should add as a pastor, or anything that you see that, like, man, you could probably take that out. And if you're like, man, you can take the knife away. I'm telling you, can't. It's very useful. So, as always, I want you to remember, hey, listen, I appreciate you stopping by, but remember that Jesus loves you and gave his life for you. No matter what, no matter who, no matter where you come from, no matter what you've done, no matter who you are, Jesus loves you. I want you to know that. Have a blessed day.